What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. You're listening to Justin Jack Bear on Wealth Frequency. We're talking about the Internet Computer Protocol. Why? Because this innovation is winning. We're talking about the world's first public internet that anyone can build on. It's tamper-proof. It runs as a blockchain, full stack, which means basically the front end and the back end, where the website, app, and game, and all of your information and data is safe and secure and cannot be hacked on the world computer, which is known as the Internet Computer Protocol. So when you go to HTTP, in your web browser, you go to a website at the top, it says HTTP, and then you put in www dot whatever the website is. That's the current internet as we know it. Today, there's a new internet that doesn't start with HTTP, but you don't have to really worry about where the new internet is. It's basically websites, apps, and games that are built with the Internet Computer Protocol that don't use the traditional internet infrastructure, the cloud infrastructure that we use today, because systematically the internet as we know it for the last 20 years is not been built with cybersecurity in mind as a fundamental base layer, like integrated into it. You have to have cybersecurity software on top of your computer in order to protect your information, your data. But with the new internet on the Internet Computer Protocol, chain key encryption is built into the actual internet layer, so you don't have to worry about cybercrime when you're entering your information and password and username and details. So there's still a lot of different ways for cybercrime to happen, to have your information hacked or stolen or exploited, or platforms can sell your information and monetize off it through consumerism. Just basically, platforms will take everyone's data and information, their buying habits, and they'll sell it to advertisers, and advertisers will in turn give them a kickback for products and online digital services, whatever's being sold back to the platforms that are selling the information. This is not legal, but most of your technology, cell phones, laptops, platforms like Facebook, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Instagram, TikTok, any app that you have to log into that you give your information to, you don't own your username or your password. It lives with the platform. So they own and control your data and information. Also, like banks, you don't own your bank accounts. You're renting your bank accounts, and you don't own the money that's in it because it is gated by the bank, and the bank has a kill switch. They can freeze your assets. The government can freeze your assets. So these are all things that you have no control over. You don't own your information, your data, or your money. But we're talking about the Internet Computer Protocol, where there's a new system now that allows you to own and control your information. You don't have to put in username and passwords into platforms anymore. They have a private public key. It's basically your biometrics, your face that logs into your phone and your fingerprint that logs into your laptop. This becomes your keys for different software, apps, games, and websites, instead of only just unlocking your phone or laptop. So your biometrics, your face, your fingerprint that unlocks your hardware, the device that you're using, that belongs to you. That's a key to log in. Nobody can take that from you. And now that same concept has been developed by the free Internet Computer Protocol new technology. If you go over to ID.ai and you sign up for a digital identity, what that does is it uses your biometrics and your fingerprint that you use to unlock your devices. That same concept is used to log into different platforms, apps, games, websites, and never do you have to put in a new website, a new password or a username, because your current biometrics that you use to log into your phone and computer, that maintains and continues to be your keys for every single platform there is, every single app that there is. So you don't have to sign up with a new username and password for every single platform, app, or website that you use or that you explore or that you sign up for. Now, your biometrics that's used to unlock your phone and devices is also the same biometrics and keys that will log you into apps, games, websites without anyone else owning or controlling your username or password. So you own your digital identity when you have an ID.ai. If you go to that website, ID.ai, you own your username and password. You own the key that logs you into apps, software, games, websites, things like that. So there's different technologies that are coming to light, especially the Internet Computer Protocol, which is a free public website, a free public internet that's been developed by some of the largest, most backed research and development team out of Switzerland, with over 200 engineers for a non-for-profit called Definity Foundation. And so they've developed on this blockchain the new internet, which is actually the blockchain. You don't even have to think about it. It's all these website apps and games that are now being built as blockchain. It basically just means that it cannot be hacked. It has encryption built in. So right now, your existing apps and games and websites and software that is a part of the Apple, Facebook, Google clouds, the cloud system, and all your social media apps and everything else is all, they own all your information and data. And also, their platforms are not encrypted technology that prevents hackers from stealing information or data. So this is all built into the new internet layer, which can be used. You can deploy your own internet website, app, or game by going to caffeine.ai, and you can deploy your ideas or prototypes or website or app or game. Whatever you tell it, it will build it within 5 minutes, gives you a starting point, and it's basically the new way to build websites. You just have to talk to it, which is really incredible, caffeine.ai. It's a subscription based, so you have to pay for it, but it deploys automatically onto the new internet, which I refer to as a world computer, which has been referred to as the world computer for a long time, with all the engineers and cryptographers and developers over at Definity Foundation out of Switzerland. So it's really important that the future of technology and internet, that the user owns the username and password, that no platform, corporation, legacy tech company owns your information. And this is the problem that they're solving, that you get to own your information and data and money. So if you have a Web3 wallet, you're into crypto. If you're holding Bitcoin, if you're holding Ethereum, if you're holding any kind of digital currency or crypto, you can keep it in wallets that run specifically on the Internet Computer Protocol, or the world computer. And those are more encrypted, more protected than any other type of digital wallet that exists. Your bank account, your bank app is basically a digital wallet now. There's no need for brick and mortar banks. I mean, it's convenient. They still have to have them. The older generation still depends and relies on them, but it's no longer needed with the future of the internet and technology, because this is how we get paid and this is how we make payments now. But essentially, you don't own any of that information, data, the username, the password, the login, or the currency. So all of those ideas are changing with the new internet technology revolution, which is the world computer. It's a public internet blockchain that is basically encrypted. It's safer, it's more secure. It removes the 10 trillion, it eliminates the part of the internet that is a 10 trillion year cybercrime profitable industry. So this is why it's critically important. But it's based out of Switzerland, and the North American tech companies, the US tech companies, they would never tell you this. They would never, educate you on this. They would never tell you to consider, putting all your information into a foreign country or a European country nation. Even though Switzerland has been a neutral country for a long time, the fundamentals of their technology and conservation and work in humanitarianism, and specifically banking and digital technology, they're far ahead than any other company in the world. So it's going to be a slow progress, but just little changes that you can do as a user of the internet. You have total control and power. You have options. You have a choice now. So I'll touch more on that on the second part of this video.